The market is ready to dump hard. Listen to this. Listen. No, look, I have no clue. Okay, nobody can time the tops. Nobody can time the bottoms. Okay, we just can't. Okay, but I will say, there's some uncertainty coming into the market. Okay, now I'm not gonna say it's the top of this cycle. I do think we have another cycle that's gonna be even more crazy. After the correction is done. So I should just say correction. Okay, I think a correction may be coming to the market, but you never know. There's just a few things that I'm paying attention to, and I'm going to explain them to you now. Sort of like the, tariffs, Trump tariffs that are going to come, some earnings as well, and also FOMC that's going to be paying attention, that we have to pay attention to on Wednesday as well. So without further ado, I do just want to hop straight into it. And we're also going to look at some charts. Okay? But I just want to hop straight into it. I don't want to waste anybody's time. And this is basically going to update you for, these next couple weeks. So if you watch this video, you're going to end up knowing how to play, this next week, this week, even a couple weeks. Okay. Cause I think it plays out over time. But, anyways, August 1st. Okay. My boy Trump. Well, he ain't really my boy. I don't know. But my guy Trump, there's August 1st is a hard deadline for the tariffs. Okay. That basically means the prices that, he set on the countries, like Taiwan or whatever. Let's say he said they have to pay 25%. They're going to have to pay that 25% August 1st. Okay. So those are just the August 1st deadline is just when people got to pay. Okay. The bigger economies will either open themselves up or they'll pay a fair tariff to America. All right. So there's still ongoing deals. Okay, they're still ongoing. He just paused it. Now, he did work out some tariffs with some other countries, etc. But for the most part, a lot of them are paused. And August 1st is when the new tariff rates will come in. You understand? All right. So nothing stops countries from talking to us after August 1st, but they're going to start paying the tariffs on August 1st. All right. Lutnick said some small countries, the Latin American countries, the Caribbean countries, many countries in Africa would have a baseline tariff of 10%. The president announced last week that the letters to smaller countries would be sent out. Some of you guys remember that. And then, the letters posted on Trump's Truth Social said that the tariffs will take effect August 1st, prompting last-minute negotiations from trading partners seeking a lower rate. But a lot of countries haven't. Okay, and I actually want to look up. What countries haven't, had the tariffs, or what countries haven't made a deal. We're gonna pull up our friend ChatGPT. Some of you guys may know him, some of you guys may not. But let's just ask ChatGPT. Okay, let's just ask him. What countries haven't made a deal with America for the tariffs? I don't know if that's even a good question to ask it. But let's see what it says, man. These three notable economies received no tariff assignment letters during the July 08 session. There's still active negotiation, potentially closing in on final deals. Japan and South Korea, 25% tariff threats set for August 1st. European Union negotiations are ongoing. So there's a lot. Around 150 smaller nations have been notified on baseline reciprocal tariffs, 10%. Many haven't reached an agreement. Indonesia made a deal, UK, China. So Indonesia, or China and the United Kingdom, really China is a big one. So, as long as they came to a deal, that's pretty good. But there's a lot of countries, 150 exempt: Canada, Mexico, Russia, Belarus, North Korea, Cuba, in talks, no deal, India, Taiwan. So there's a few countries that haven't made a deal, and those are the countries we have to be paying attention to heading into next week, especially. And also, man, there's so much happening into the market. You want to stay around for where we see the cues, and a lot of other stuff is going to pay attention to, because it's a lot. Next week is a lot happening. Okay, there's just a lot. You have FOMC tariffs August 1st. FOMC is on Wednesday, and then not only that, you also have a lot of earnings. from big companies, the FANG stocks, okay? You have Microsoft, you have Meta, QCOM, ARM, Mo, Robinhood. Jeez Louise, man, jeez Louise. Then on Tuesday, Visa, UNH, Starbucks, Spotify, PayPal. Oh my goodness. Monday, you have some of you guys like looking at me like, why do you go from Wednesday to I don't know, bro. I just clicked on the first one. Thursday, you have Apple, Amazon, MasterCard, Coinbase, MSTR, Roblox. Guys, there's a lot of earnings taking place next week. Then you even have some oil ones, CVX, XOM, etc. So earnings, FOMC Wednesday, Trump tariffs taking place August 1st. 3 uncertain things, and not just any uncertain, like these are 3 huge market moving things. Okay, so just pay attention to that. Cash is a position. You don't want to be overly bullish right now, especially when you even have, like, you look at the fear and greed index in general, okay? And you can see that we're sitting in greed, almost extreme greed. We backed up a little bit, but it was at like 75, 76, okay? So you don't even want to be overly greedy right now. Obviously, there's some plays out there that you can still make some money on, but for the most part, we're even at 0.64. Like, a lot of people are extreme greed, we're extremely greedy across the board. And with that being said, we got to look at some charts. And my potential favorite for a short maybe is SMH, okay, which is the semiconductor ETF. You have Nvidia earnings, you have QCOM earnings. We saw or not Nvidia, but you have QCOM earnings coming up, and a couple more earnings for the semiconductor. I even think I saw CoreWeave in there maybe. But you see what's taking place on this 4-hour time frame is actually a lot of bearish divergence taking place, where this is moving to the upside, but it's actually losing momentum to the upside. Very, very important. And even on the daily, the same story is there as well. Like, the daily is losing heavy momentum. So, I may just gave you guys a super duper really good play. But this is definitely something I pay attention to, the SMH ETF, semiconductor ETF. I think if these stocks go down, like Nvidia and the QCOMs, and really the only reason they had that huge boost in the first place, like the only reason Nvidia had that huge boost in the first place was because China had that deal where they can now sell chips to China, and then it took off. But before then, it was actually slow. And if you look at MU has been losing heavy momentum, and this is a semiconductor type of stock as well. I have a price target on it at 106, but a lot of these semiconductors are losing a lot of momentum. QCOM is actually looking strong, but again, losing momentum. This thing hasn't made a new high in since 2024, since June 2024. So just things to pay attention to. We have to look at the Qs as well, and you look at the Qs, and I don't really see too much going on. I don't really see too much going on for it, So just those uncertain things, and really what's going to move the Qs is the earnings and FOMC and all that stuff happening. And obviously individual stocks are going to do what they do anyways. But these are the main things that I'm watching coming into next week. If you're in the Discord, you already know we plan on having the best plays possible. Even today, my boy Mex cooked up on some Qs, 44%. I really think those went over like 100% because he got them. This play went absolutely crazy. And even my boy Chad, with SMCI, some puts like 70%. So there's a lot of good stuff happening. In general, we're going to continue to make this money. And I don't want to scare you guys because I don't know when the top is. I don't know when the bottom is. I'm just a random dude, trying to make some educated guesses. And usually we end up being on the right side of those things. But those are just a few things that I'm paying attention to. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you like and subscribe, okay? Make sure you like and subscribe because we're going to continue to do videos with the best information possible. And anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. I'm out. Peace.